Hello everyone and welcome to this run of GT Space Time, which is going to be a short but it'll be a fun speed run of Super Metroid. I'm King of the Hill 476 and I will be commentating this match, and lightquarz will be running it.
Hi, hi, I'm lightquarz. Uh, this category was 5 months old before the time, but we will do our best.
Yeah, for sure. And there's a few things that can go wrong in this run, and there's some glitches, and especially if you run on console, then the console can crash randomly when you do some of these wrong warps. But I don't think lightquarz is playing on console. I think he's playing on emulator, so that will make the wrong warps more stable. So that at least is good, but he'll have to execute them correctly if he still wants to get the result he wants. So there are a few different things that could go wrong in the run. But when it comes together, then it's a super quick and I think it's a really interesting run. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Mm. Oh, okay, countdown. Sorry. Now countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, it looks like we'll be starting the run in a little bit. Actually, yeah, we just started. So GT Space Time. So what is it? So it's named based on the mini boss Golden Chorizo found in Lower Norfair, which is the latter part of the latter section of the game. And it's meant really for you to get there only after beating certain critical bosses first. But you go there pretty much as soon as you can. You get very few items, and essentially what you're doing is you're triggering something called GT code, which is some kind of testing feature left behind by the developers. And basically, it gives you all the major items in the game, and it gives you half the E-tanks in the game, 100 missiles and 20 supers and 20 power bombs. So it gives you pretty much all the items you would need to beat the game. Now there is a category called GT Classic, which will go ahead and just go down to Golden Chorizo and activate that code, and then beat the rest of the game normally without using any major glitches. But this specific run use something called space-time beam, which is a certain glitched beam that is caused by having both wave and phaser beams active. Of those active, then certain other combinations or certain combinations of the other beams can cause certain glitches to happen. And in this case, if you turn off wave beam, then it lets you teleport throughout the game. It also messes up the memory, so resets the game events. And in this case, we actually want to trigger the end game sequence. So we will be using that specific combination of beams, all the beams activated, including wave and phaser at the same time, the beams except for wave beam, and we'll be using that to to wrong warp around the map once GT code is active. So yeah, we are past the worst, my least favorite part of the run, Series Station. That is not a fun time. But we're past that now, so now we're on our way to get Morph Ball. And there's certain glitched categories that can skip this, as well as skipping bombs at Bomb Torizo. But if you're not using any glitches at this point in the run, then you have to get those items. You also have to get these the missiles that will follow Morph. So he's on his way to do that right now. Oh yeah, speaking of Sustream having the world record, yeah, GG to you, Sustream. That is an awesome time. Speaking of records and timing of this category, there's only one other category that I'm aware of that can beat the game faster than this, and that is a certain glitched category that goes and picks up X-ray as quickly as they can and goes back up to the ship area or the starting area of the map and uses X-ray to go out of bounds and trigger an endgame sequence. But that is significantly harder to do than GT Space Time, and it is a few minutes faster, but GT Space Time is still a very fast run, with the world record now being a 14:49. Okay, so now we got Morph, and we got those first missiles. Those will be the only missiles that will actually be picked up in the whole run, because in other categories you'll be picking up 10 missiles at least. Most of the time you'll be picking up 15 or 20 or more. But with this, really, you just want to run over to GT. You don't want to take the time to pick up each item. Or you don't want to take the time to pick up items you don't really need, because each item has a fanfare and can't skip the fanfare, and it's 7 seconds long for each item you pick up. So that's not something we want to do. So we just want to get over to GT and get that GT code so we can get all the beams, because that's the fastest way to do it. So right now he is entering GT and he is about to start the fight. Okay, he did take a hit there, but he ultimately wants to farm up some missiles so he can get a faster kill on Bomb Torizo that way. Also, he does want to skip a certain animation, which he wasn't able to skip. That's alright. It doesn't cost too much time, but it also does depend on the drops you get. You have to get really good missile drops, and you have to pick them up in a certain way to get a really quick kill. But when it is done right, it's a very beautiful kill. But he didn't quite get that, which is okay. There's plenty of other ways to save time. Okay, so he is picking up an energy tank right now. He will be picking up at least one more. Well, some runners will actually do only one tank and get high jump boots, or other runners will do 2 E-tanks and not get high jump boots. And not getting high jump boots is a much more difficult strat, but it does save about 20 seconds or so. It saves a good amount of time. But at most, he will only be picking up one more E-tank. So again, he's going in with very minimal items, as few as he can get. Alright, a little thing he's trying to do, he's trying to farm that little bug there. Dude, I don't even know what it's called, but he's trying to farm that. Just because it's good to have extra health. It's really important to have 2 missiles because that will help you in the crate fight. And he did another farm there and got a couple more missiles, all of which will help him either do a little bit faster strats or help him with a much faster kill for Kraid, because ultimately he wants to go to Kraid so he can pick up Various suit. If he does.
Right, I am sorry.
Alright, I don't know if I'm online right now. If any of you can hear me, I'm so sorry about that. My internet went out. He did that because he will need to enter Lower North Fair and navigate through. There's a few blocks that he'll need to use power bombs on, but yeah. Power bombs, because it might take time to do, but that is the fastest way to do it in this category. And now he is on his way to Kraid to get Varia. So in that section where he did the high jump or the wall.
So, my internet cut out again. I don't know what's happening. I'm so sorry. He's at grade now. He's getting ready for the goal. Looks like he's ready for the goal. And he gets the kill. So if you do it right, you'll get that where Kraid never stands up and the ceiling never breaks, and it's just a super fast kill. However, sometimes of course, you miss it because the timing is somewhat precise, and if that happens, then in this category it is difficult because you don't have charge beam, and so you'll have to farm up missiles, which will take a long time. But with that,
Okay, I am so sorry I keep getting disconnected. I don't know what's happening. But if you weren't able to hear, he did that quick kill for Kraid, which has some somewhat precise timing to it. But essentially, Kraid will never stand up, and the ceiling will never break, making for a super quick kill. And with that, he's now getting high jump boots. High jump is a very, very nice item to have for the upcoming lava dive because it makes the lava dive much more consistent than it would be without it. If you do it without, then you have to take a damage boost or you have to get hit by a certain flame spit out by one of the enemies in the lava dive room, and that deals 100 damage. And if you miss that, then it's game over, and it is quite difficult to land. So having high jump boots is a super nice item to have in this category. So he only has one super missile. It looks like he's gonna go save before lava dive, which is a good strat to do. It's a good safety to take because if something goes wrong in lava dive, because he'll be in the lava and he'll be taking damage constantly, and if something goes wrong, then he could die. It is possible to recover, but he only has one E tank, so it is very unlikely if he does make a mistake that he would be able to recover. But what he's gonna do, he's gonna farm up to full health. He's also gonna farm to get some supers because he's gonna do a certain glitch with the green gate that requires a super missile, and he's gonna clip a super through the gate so he can get to the other side, even though it's not intended to go the way he's going. Okay, so he's entering lava dive. Again, with high jump boots, you can get this down to a system, but again, you need to be very careful. If you take a hit, then it is game over. But it looks like he got through it just fine. But yeah, so with a series of wall jumps, you can get through the lava dive. And it looks like he's going to take a save before, which is a very smart decision because of the upcoming green gate glitch, which I talked a little bit about before. But this gate is intended for you to open if you're going from left to right. However, he will be going from right to left, and normally that section of the game is closed off, and you're not allowed to go the way he'll be entering that room. But he'll be using a glitch to clip a super through the gate. And he doesn't get it, but that's okay. It's a good thing he saved. Yeah, gate glitch is one of the probably the hardest part of this run to get consistent if you wanted to do it yourself. And with the gate glitch, it is pretty hard to tell actually when you're off, when you're too early, when you're too late, or when you're too high or low. So I don't blame him at all for missing that. There are a variety of different ways to do the gate glitch, but unfortunately he did miss that. But he's going back to try again because don't give up. And he gets it. He gets it first try, actually. first try gate glitch is really good because in an actual speedrun, if you're doing a PB attempt, oftentimes you will only have one super, so you need to get it first try. So that's very nice that he got it first try. He won't be picking up screw attack, but now he is entering Golden Chorizo. And the reason that worked, or what he did to make that work, was he held down the 4 face buttons as he was entering the room. So those buttons are A, B, X, and Y. And if you hold those rooms entering, then you'll be given all those items. And then what he did there, he did a space-time wrong warp to leave the boss, so he wouldn't have to fight GT. And then he did another one to get up to Criteria, or the beginning stage of the game. And in that section, he is out of bounds, so he'll be wanting to do another wrong warp. Normally, it is optimal to go on the right side to get warp to the right, or a screen, just one screen over to the right. But it looks like he got warped over to the left instead. It looks like, oh shoot, he missed the end game trigger. So he will be going back to the gate glitch and trying again. Oh yeah, so Count. Yeah, good idea switching to missiles too before entering the room. And yeah, that is a good point. And the reason that's a good point for anyone who's watching and doesn't really know anything about this game, the reason that's important is because doing this code automatically turns on all 5 beams. And if that happens, that's a glitched beam. And if you're still holding shoot when you're in the room, then it will crash the game. So he doesn't want to do that. Oh shoot, he almost died to the acid there, but he made it out with 2 health. And it doesn't matter if you only have 1 health. If you enter GT, you will be your health will refill, so that's not a problem at all. So he'll be going back, turning off wave, and doing this wrong warp to get out of GT. Very nicely done. Then he'll be going over here, not picking up screw, and doing this warp to get over to the beginning of the game. And again, he's out of bounds, and there's 2 possible transitions. The best one to do is the one to the right, but it is a difficult one to land. And for the longest time, I had no idea how. To me, it just felt random. He did get transitioned over to the left again. But there is a recovery for this, and it looks like he at least attempted to set that up. Or is he's actually just going to go to the... Looks like he's just going to go to the screen on the right where he would have gone, which is a very safe strategy for this. So again, you need to be able to land all of these wrong warps, and on console some of them can just crash for apparently no reason. I've done some testing with that, and there is no reason that I know of that would crash. But what he's doing now, he is doing an end game trigger sequence. So he is coming out, dropping down out of that little tube, and with that, Planet Zebes is exploding, and he's at the ship, and that is GG. Well done. Yeah, very nicely done. He, of course, like, he made some mistakes, but it was a very nice showcase of the category. And yeah, it's a very fun, it's a very short one to do. But yeah, no backup out of bounds. Yeah, so there is a strategy to do a backup wrong warp on the left screen where he was. But But that is more difficult, or at least I don't know as much about it. Whereas the one on the right, where he gets transferred over to the right screen, optimally he'd be transferred to that tube room where he dropped down out of after triggering the endgame sequence. But yeah, it is faster to go through that, to warp to that tube, but sometimes it can be seemingly random that you just get transferred over or teleported over to the left instead. But he got a good recovery from that left screen, and he got over to the right and was able to trigger that endgame sequence. So GG's to you, lightquarz. Alright, I apologize again for my internet. It legit just turned off twice. I have no idea why it did. That's something I'll need to figure out. But hopefully you enjoyed the run, and yeah, this was a very nice. This was a good run that showcased the category and all the different warps, all the great things about it, and all the things that make you unique. So I hope you all enjoyed the run.
お前なんで引っかかったんだって話。よっぽどじゃないと引っ掛けないようにしてんだよ、僕のナイトボットってさ。そう。むしろこっちがニコ生キーぐらいに取得してるからね。自分の欄に支障出るものは基本 NG です。そうだよね。そうだよね。
Okay, Feasel, I'm so sorry that happened. I don't know what happened. Like, my internet just turned off randomly twice within like a minute. Oh, again, I'm really sorry that happened.